This is the first of a three-part video series on how to create animations using the idea of physics and gravity and the idea of simple machines. So we're taking our squash and stretch concept and we're having our um, our shapes now interact with an inclined plane. I'm going to go back to Adobe Animate. And I'm going to create a new file, file new. I'm going to go to my rectangle tool. I'm going to pick a dark color and I'm going to pull out a rectangle. Now I'm going to go to my selection tool and I'm going to push in one corner of my rectangle until I get an inclined plane. Of course, it's a triangle shape. Now right click, create motion tween, pull it out to 10 seconds. And now I'm going to go back to the very beginning and I'm going to lock this layer, create a new layer. I'm going to go up to the very top. I'm going to make a little round ball, Option and Shift, or let me go to my oval tool, or Alt and Shift if you're on a PC. And I'm going to make a little circle. And then I'm going to right click, create motion tween. And I'm going to say that by 5 seconds, if I take my selection tool, this circle will have fallen on this ramp. And then by 7.5 seconds, it will have gotten to the bottom of the ramp. And then by 10 seconds, it will have rolled all the way off the edge. Okay, so let's see how it looks. Very simple, very good. And it really looks like it's going along the ramp and along the ground. So I'm going to lock this layer. I'm going to go back to the beginning. I'm going to add another layer. And I'm going to create in this new layer a different colored ball. Okay. And I'm going to do right click, create motion tween. And I'm going to have this ball get here by 2 seconds. So I'm going to just pull it down here so it hits there by 2 seconds. And I'm going to have it roll down the ramp by 4 seconds. And I'm just going to keep on making sure that it's ahead of the other ball. Here we go. Okay. Now, if you really want to get experimental and play around with motion tweens, you can have other balls fall and interact with the balls that are already there because they're knocking into each other. This one might push this one back. So let's see how it looks now. So the idea is you're kind of dealing with simple machines. You're also dealing with physics. So that's how you would use the inclined plane and play around with the idea of gravity. Maybe you could have them touch at the end. So let me see if I can just play that one more time. Okay, I like that. Now, the only other thing that I would add to this is I'm dealing with the red ball right now, and that it's as it's falling, it's going to squash and stretch. So I'm going to transform it a little. I'm going to rotate it. Okay, it's going to stretch out as it's falling. When it hits the ramp, it's going to squash down, but then it has to bounce up a second later so it can roll. Okay. There we go. Okay, so there we go. All right, so I did squash and stretch on the red ball. Now I'm going to do some squash and stretch on the green ball. So let's go back to the beginning. I've unlocked the green ball's layer, and as it's falling, it's going to stretch out, and as it hits here, it's going to squish down, and as it rolls, it's going to be more of a ball. Okay, so now let's see if I have a decent animation here. Is it perfect? No. Am I happy with it? Yes. So I'm going to do File, Save As, 2 pinballs and a ramp, we'll call it. Save. And now I'm going to do File, Export, Export Video. And I'm going to end this tutorial so that my tutorials don't get too long, and then I'll add another one. Once you understand the concept behind using multiple layers, creating motion tweens, and having the layers appear to act as if they are interacting with one another, your possibilities are really limitless.